I came to Krabi for the beaches and islands, but also what I really wanted to find was the food. Except it didn't start well. In fact, my first few meals ranged from straight up tragic to barely edible.
Horrible food.
But between chasing sunsets, hopping islands, and kayaking through mangroves, I refused to give up my mission to find the real southern Thai food. It took days of searching, but when I finally found it, tucked away by a quiet roadside, everything changed. This is my Krabi trip. A journey through beaches, islands, and a whole lot of spices. But above all, it's a story about finding flavors in unexpected places. To start our trip, we departed from Bangkok and flew to Krabi from Don Muang Airport. I got a fish roll and crab meat sandwich from a shop near my home, which is quite popular and always packed with people. It's tasty and convenient, especially if you're on the go. In about less than 2 hours, I landed at Krabi. The landscape had drastically shifted and felt very different. What's saying was the heat. After checking into our hotel near Ao Nam Beach and taking some time to rest, it's already late afternoon. We went out to explore and have dinner. It's about sunset time. The weather was cloudy, but we managed to get a view of the sunset right at the last minute. After sunset, there was fireplay at the beach that attracted a lot of crowds. We stood and watched as the actor danced and performed all kinds of maneuvers with the torches. It was quite a good performance. Now, it's time to eat dinner. The street was bustling and choices were plenty. But the problem was that Ao Nam is a very touristy hotspot, and therefore we couldn't find any local food. We settled on a restaurant with seemingly good reviews and got a few dishes. But the food turned out to be disastrous. The tom yum was sour as fuck. The so-called 3-flavor calamari was just one giant sweet fuck, and the songdang had absolutely no flavor. I was baffled how could someone make food this bad. The first meal in Krabi definitely hit about it. If not because I was hungry, I probably wouldn't take a bite. It was the second day, and we decided to go on island hopping. We were going to a group of islands, with Home Island being the biggest, and several other smaller islands. The first island we arrived at was Lao Island, where you can swim in the ocean. There were quite a lot of people there, so we just did some quick dips into the water. We then headed to the second island, Koh Pia Pia, for lunch and some more water activities. The food was pretty basic, as you can imagine, but it felt less horrible than yesterday because I was mentally prepared to have subpar food on a boat trip, and it actually has some correct flavor. The beach area is much larger here and people were spread out, so it felt less crowded. We took some time to enjoy the water. There is a rock with an interesting shape standing out from the water and quite picturesque. My girl pal said my hair looked exactly like that rock. I denied. Well, never mind. It's a cool rock though. After the time was up, we came back to the boat and went to Hong Island, the last stop of this tour and the biggest. It had a lagoon, which we had a quick glimpse of. On the island, there are stairs that go all the way to the top of the island, where you can get a panoramic view of the surroundings and the beautiful landscape. The unique rock formation, with lush greenery sticking out of the ocean and peppering the blue horizon, was a beautiful sight. That concluded our trip, and we had a great time. And then we hit back. For today, we changed the hotel, a little further from the beaches, but still in the same core area. It's dinner time again. Since now, it's a little further from the absolute touristy center of the beach, I hope we had a bigger chance of finding somewhat local food, or at least better tasting food. First, we had some freshly made juice, a common choice of refreshment along the tropics. Then, we went to the small street food market nearby and settled down on one of the shops that was cooking in action. The boss had a pretty trendy hair. It had some pretty good selections, not exactly local, but my feeling was that it was going to be better than the food I had the first night. We had 3 items: bat gabao with crispy pork, seafood with yellow curry paste, and fried rice, all Central Thai staples. My physical body was in southern Thailand, but my tongue was still in Bangkok. The food certainly looked good and smelled a whole lot better than last night, and my taste bud confirmed it. The food today seems to be a lot better. It is a lot better. The one yesterday, I couldn't even put into words. It's just so bad. No, this is food. You hear that? Because this is south of Thailand, so it has a lot of Muslim population. This night market is literally right next to a mosque. After the meal, we strolled along the street to get a feel of the nightlife, booked the bus ticket for the next day, and called it a day. Another day started. In the morning, the island felt very tranquil. We first got some coffee at a shop by the street. Iced latte coffee. Then, we grabbed our brunch at the food market that we passed by the day before. We got a pancake with bananas and some toast with eggs. I wasn't sure how local they were, but I did see the pancake thing everywhere before in Muslim populated areas. The entire thing was extremely sweet for my usual choice of lunch, and my insulin surely rose through the roof. But at least I got the energy required for the day. Too sweet. Toast with eggs. Hopefully, I wouldn't get a carb crash later on, as I usually do with this type of food. Slightly better, not that sweet. After the meal, we went kayaking, which is a classic tourist activity in this region of Krabi. The water was crystal clear, and there were people swimming in the shallow waters. To go deep into the waters and mangrove forests, you need a kayak. Very good, very good. Very good. Oh, no. The cloud and the breeze made the weather quite comfortable. Inside the mangrove forest area, the trail was quite short, but the good thing was that there weren't many people. We spent way too much time taking photos and videos, but at least we got some good shots. After finishing kayaking, we checked out of our hotel and headed to the next location, Koh Lanta. It's said to be the island with the best scenery and beaches. The sun had set by the time we arrived and taken some time to recharge. So we went out for dinner at a local food market. The market was quite sizable with a lot of different food offerings and a lot of people, almost all tourists. By this point, I had largely accepted the fate of eating touristy food, as long as it's delicious, which is usually the case, and the meal we had the first night was, to be honest, kind of an outlier. We went around the market and tried some skewers of grilled meat and quail eggs. We also had this fried potato sandwich stuffed with cheese. It was good. Then, I had a songtang. It's funny to see this Isang staple being made by southern Thai locals. I asked them to make it spicy, and they surely did. So spicy, we were again getting some freshly blended juice for refreshment. For our mains, we had our eyes on a seafood stand selling fresh fish prepared in the way of our choice. I had it fried, with a salad on the side. The fish was crispy with tender juicy meat, except they didn't remove the gills. and I realized that when I bit into the head and got an aftertaste, so no to that. But other than that, the fish was good. I guess I can't ask too much from local vendors in southern Thailand to have the execution of Chinese chefs when it comes to fish. Still, I call today's dinner a success. It's another day. I started the day by enjoying the breakfast provided by the hotel. It's not much, but enough to get me going, and I like the outdoor view. Then, we headed to the beach. Koh Lanta is said to have some of the best beaches in Krabi. The beach is directly behind the hotel, and it functions like a private beach. There was no way to access it unless you live on the property. We had to walk some distance in the water to get to the best part, and it's best to wear sandals, as sections of the seabed were littered with tiny sharp stones. But once you pass that, everything was great. The water was clear and the sand was smooth, with a few islands far off the horizon, making the skyline more organic. And the best part? There was no one. We literally had the whole place for ourselves. This place was so good that we kept coming back for the following days. We even caught a hermit crab. Hey buddy. Ooh. Don't be shy. Ooh. But for today, there wasn't much happening, so we mostly stayed in the resort and relaxed. I did not give up my quest to hunt for local food, however. So after consulting with the front desk staff from the hotel, I finally had a name. The photo looked great on Google reviews, and that's where we were going that night for dinner. We even got a bonus sunset just about time we arrived near the restaurant. A fleeting beauty, lasting only a few minutes, but that's enough for us to soak it in. It's dinner time, and my anticipation of finally having local food had built up quite a bit leading up to this very moment. This restaurant is called Kratang Thai, a small shop tucked quietly on the side of the road. It gave a very homey vibe with the user's choice of award signage, pictures of the food hanging on the wall, and many massive blackboards full of Thai writings on them, presumably the menu for dishes. I had a good feeling about it. Upon seating, I was quickly presented a menu. It looked fairly expensive with enticing picture illustrations, but I soon noticed that these were not local dishes, but rather staple dishes from central Thailand. And it turned out that they had an entirely separate local menu that's only written in Thai. And that's where a new world opened up for me. And finally, time to start the journey. Now we're at a restaurant called Kratang Thai. This is a restaurant recommended by the hotel staff. She first recommended me those, tourist restaurant, and I told them I don't want to have touristy food. I want to have some authentic southern Thai food. And she gave me this name, and now we are here. At first, when I was looking at the menu, it looks sort of like standard, like touristy food. It has, some Thai food, some curry, pad Thai, som dam, even burger, things like that. But on Google, I saw completely different pictures, and I showed it to the owner. And the owner says that they don't have it on the English menu. It's only on Thai menu. Then I said, just show me the Thai menu. And there we have it. This is the Thai menu, and what's inside is completely different. So they have separate menus for tourists and for local people. Just look at all these things, and this is the sator bean, the stink beans, and we have some sort of like a pork dry curry, and this is snail curry. Like you don't see that in a touristy restaurant. And as you can see, everything here is in Thai, and it's a lot more expensive. And just look at the items. I am overwhelmed. Now we have our spread of authentic southern Thai food at this restaurant. So we have a few items. This is khao yam papi. So it's like a special rice. Each ingredient is made separately, very time consuming. This one is snail curry. I have never had snail curry before, needless to say. This one is pak pet, which is like stir-fried spicy, and this one is mu krop, so crispy pork. This is a pork curry in coconut milk and bamboo shoots in coconut shoots, and we have spread of these vegetable plates. Very good. This is looking a whole lot better than the touristy place with the touristy food. So this is the snake curry. Look at this. Snail and honestly, I have no idea about these ingredients. I have never tried this before. Very excited. Wow, that is spicy. That is spicy. Or maybe it's pumpkin. Hot pit with Krabi. So this is stir-fried chili, spicy, with crispy pork. Oh yeah. That is interesting. That is very different. You have the fresh black peppercorn here. That gives it a really nice full of sweetness. But also very spicy.
夫妇，你在泰国可以去说厨师，去说泰国菜好好吃。
This is all very delicious, but it's a little difficult to eat the meat inside. And what Thai people do is that they suck this. I mean, I don't really suck things, but I can suck this. Southern Thai food is the spiciest branch in all Thai cuisine. This is even spicier than Isang food. Just look at my face, look at all my sweat. Man, that's not for the faint of heart. That is spicy. That's really spicy. So they all have all these like vegetable platters. All Thai cuisine, they provide some kind of vegetable platters, and this one has like their regional specialties. I have never seen this one before. I don't know what that is. That's a little bitter, like a little raw, and I have no idea what that is. Let me bite that off. Look, I have no idea what that is. The food was absolutely delicious and mind-blowing. So many dishes and flavors I didn't have before. That's the entire purpose of hunting local food and the essential experience I seek when I'm on a trip like this. But as delicious as it was horrendously spicy, and I was in no way exaggerating it. Southern Thai food is considered the spiciest branch of Thai food, even exceeding the famous spicy Isang food, which can knock most people out. So I had to grab another refreshment at the local market before heading back to our hotel. It was very much needed. So sour. 2 lemon. The next day, my girl pal went diving, so I went on another island hopping trip by myself. The activities were pretty similar to what I already did a few days before, so I was mostly there killing some time. I didn't go for a swing this time, because the weather and the location of choice weren't as good as my first island trip. One activity was interesting, involving us going into the sea, looking at a giant rock, and then swimming through a pitch black tunnel underneath that rock into an open area inside the rock. That was pretty cool. But why the hell did they give me a child-sized life vest? The small size and the shift in center of gravity and buoyancy made it extremely awkward and downright uncomfortable for me to do any kind of swing movement because my upper body was constantly pulled up by the vest. But oh well, that was only a 10-minute swing one way, so I just pushed through. Then, we cruised to a bigger island called Koh Krabi to relax and have some lunch. This time, the meal was a Caucasian style, serving simple dishes: massaman curry, fried chicken, and stir-fried cabbage. The meal was okay. I will say better than that of my first island trip, as you can refill as much as you want. I wasn't expecting anything anyway, as I would want to save my stomach for later, but at least I got some protein in. The sky got really cloudy and soon rained. I relaxed under the roof. The rain soon stopped, and we wrapped up our trip. On the way back, we stopped by a mangrove forest area to see monkeys. Not sure how much you could actually see from that far, but hey, they were surely there. The tide has risen, and now there's no more beach. After getting back and waiting for my girl pal to be back together, we went out for dinner again. The food yesterday was so good that we decided to go there again, but to try different dishes. Before going there, we got some ice cream from the food market. Trying some ice cream. We're literally trying every flavor. This is strawberry cheesecake.
看着超好吃。
We got cinnamon caramel and strawberry cheesecake.
That's a big scoop.
The vendor gave us 2 giant scoops of ice cream.
That is a giant scoop.
Topped with chocolate sprinkles and almond chips. Then further topped it with caramel, chocolate, and honey. That looked absolutely luscious. Also, all the vendors here had great expression management when they saw a camera pointing at them.
Here is our ice cream. 2 flavors. Strawberry cheesecake and cinnamon caramel. And we have all the toppings. We have sprinkles, almonds, marshmallow, and sauce. We have caramel, chocolate, and honey. So we maxed out everything, okay? Let's try it. That is extremely delicious. Very, very sweet, but delicious.
And yet again, one last fruit smoothie. Back at the restaurant again. This time, a bit more crowded. We even encountered a Russian accent British pal who can speak Thai to give us some suggestions.
It's a water bug?
Yeah, it's this one. And it's kind of like lucifer. It will be stinky like lucifer.
Oh, I think they have that in Isanfu as well, right?
Yes, yes.
It tastes like batteries.
Yeah.
He is clearly experienced.
This is chicken.
Okay.
This is duck.
Okay.
This is beef. Actually, like pork, they have wild boar.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So it's either have like boar meat, and they also have like semi-wild chicken. This is like which also I recommend, because if you ever had like the real jungle chicken.
Yeah, I sort of had like like the Chinese sort of chicken that run on the mountain, which is
Yeah. And because this is like the original chicken. Like original chicken is from like Malaya, Indonesia. So it has like a lot of taste compared to to
okay.
usual.
For tonight's meal and also the last dinner in Koh Lanta, we decided to go back to the same restaurant yesterday, Krabi. This place was so good. Yesterday we were completely blown away. That's why we decided to come back today. And I just realized this place is very authentic because there's actually a sign on the wall that's written in Thai. And if you use Google Translate, it will say this place serves authentic Southern Thai food, and they will not dumb down the spice level. So if you cannot take it, don't order it. And that was written in Thai, so that's intended for Thai people. Even some Thai people cannot take this level of spiciness. And today we're trying something that's completely new. We changed all the items and, well, excited. So this is the first item. Stir-fried pork with chili and sator beans. I have never tried this particular dish before, but I have with sator bean. It is a very interesting ingredient that some people don't really like, but some people absolutely love. Okay, let's try that. I can already smell a little bit of stinkiness, right? Oh. Wow. That is like biting into a volcano, and you have that like stinkiness, a little bitterness, a little nutty, like rock. But I mean, I don't know. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's a very pungent, unique flavor, but with the pork fat that adds a very nice, smooth layers of flavor on it. I like it. Let's get a scoop of this huat cling. I had this before. A very typical, classic Southern Thai dish. Very spicy. But this one is with monkfish and catfish tail. I never had this particular ingredient with this dish. It's usually like chicken and pork. Oh, and the kaffir lime leaves, flavorful, delicious. That fresh peppercorn. Also really spicy, herbal and spicy. Okay, this is snail curry with this is what, fresh pepper leaves. I never had fresh pepper leaves before. With coconut milk too. Okay, I love coconut milk, so I feel like I'm gonna love this curry. Oh, that is a little spicy, but it's been tempered with the coconut milk. That creaminess, that sweetness, that coconut flavor coming through, and that chili, like the spiciness permeates in your palate, in your taste bud. But it's delicious. The sea snail meat is tender and bouncy, sort of like snail, but this one is pure meat, so very easy to eat. And well, lastly, let's try this. This is wild boar. Also never had this before. I mean, just look at all the chilies. You know it's gonna be spicy. Okay, let's just have a little bit with rice. Well, it's good. It's actually not as spicy as I thought it will be. It's still adequately spicy, but not nearly as the other two. And it's like, you know, porky and it has a little bit firmness. And you keep chewing it, it gets more flavor. Not particularly gamey, but it's good. They're all very delicious.
Which one is the best?
Well, damn. Tough choices. I like Sator. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. The unique punginess of the Sator bean with the fattiness of the pork. And that curry is also very nice, but that one's quite spicy with the coconut. The other two, they're all good. They're different, but they're good. My favorite, this, and then this. So there's also a basket of herbs. And I have something to temper it down. For example, this cucumber, which is good. Everything here is extremely spicy. And I don't even know what this leaf is. They have all these like local ingredients I couldn't even name. Wow, this one's so potent. It's I don't know. Like it's a little bitter. Maybe more than a little bitter, but holy shit. I don't know what that is. That's so strong. Okay. This is extremely spicy. As you can see, just like yesterday, maybe even more spicy today. The sweat is coming down from my cheek non-stop, but it is very delicious. It can't stop. This is the last meal in Koh Lanta. Like and share and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.